Greetings, guys. You're welcome to Healthy Me 247. I'm pharmacist Peter. I'm here on this edition of Healthy Me 247, your number one health awareness channel, to discuss compounding. So, many of you might be curious, what is compounding? Compounding is that process, is that procedure, that process that we go through to prepare a customized preparation, a customized medication to suit or to fit into a specific patient's need that might not have been captured in the customized product. A very good example would be what we'll be working with today, the levofloxacin. If you've been to many pharmacy outlets, hospitals, and the likes, you'll discover that the medication levofloxacin comes as 500 milligram and 750 milligram respectively. That is how it just comes. But there will be specific scenario, there will be special cases whereby some patients may be needing to take slightly below that, far below that. How do we get this? Do we get the 500 milligram tablet and start breaking it? How do we get it to be accurate? So that is what compounding is here to solve for you. Okay, so without further ado, we'll head straight to the example, which is a life case I got in the hospital for a compounding that was meant to be done for a child. As we all know, this 500 milligram is actually for an adult dose, so you don't expect a child probably of like 3 years to now take this particular 500 milligram. So a prescription came to me for compounding, and it stated 90 milligram daily for 10 days. So in this situation, how do we get 90 milligram out of 500 milligram being the least possible tablet the levofloxacin comes as? So we are going to compound that to get our result. And then let me make this very key important information, pass this information to you. Compounding starts and finishes with the calculation. So if we actually get the calculation right, we've gotten everything. But if we make any mistake from here, everything we are doing is going to end up on a very big error, and therefore we may encounter a lot of side effects as the case may be. So please, we take this very serious. That's why I created a separate video for this and a separate video for the actual compounding. So the particular prescription came as 90 milligram daily for 10 days. So what do? I usually add an extra dosage when making such preparation, because there may be a lot of cases that may encounter while administering this medication to the child by the parent, either as a result of wastage, and even the container could actually get, some can stick to it. A lot of, we can't get it accurate while measuring. So I'm going to, instead of preparing for 10 days, that is 10 doses, I'm going to make for 11. So we're going to work for 11 doses just to settle wastages that may occur, unforeseen wastages. So that being said, the calculation, I'll be splitting it into two parts. The first being to determine how many tablets of 500 milligram levofloxacin we'll be needing for this preparation. The second will be the quantity of our preparation, or the quantity of our diluent being used, the quantity of our solution being used for this compounding. So the first phase being to determine how many tablets we'll actually use for this compounding. So here we go. Remember, we are doing this for 11 days, not 10 days. I've explained that earlier. So 90 milligram being for a single day, 90 milligram being for a single day, we are going to multiply it by 11 days as against 10 days to determine how many milligram we'll be needing entirely for the whole preparation. So 90 milligram times 11 days, we are going to be having 990 milligram. So we'll be needing 990 milligram of levofloxacin generally. But how many tablets of 500 milligram levofloxacin will give us this 990 tablets? So here we go. One tablet of levofloxacin actually gives us 500 milligram. So how many tablets of levofloxacin will give us 990 milligram. To get this, very simple, very easy, we just do cross multiplication. See the way my arrow goes, such that we multiply this, our unknown, with 500 milligram and 1 with this. So such that we are going to be having 500 milligram, which is multiplying our unknown, will be giving us our 990 milligram times 1 will still give us 990 milligram. So how do we go from here? We multiply both sides by this 500 milligram to make our unknown stand out. So we go straight ahead, multiply both sides by the 500 milligram. Is that taken? So now we are going to just cancel out. No much issue here with multiplication. The 500, we go with the 500. The SI unit, very much important. Milligram, we go away to leave us with our unknown. Then here, the milligram will take care of itself, and we'll have 990. I'll go across it. I haven't done all the necessary division. 500 taking away 500, the milligram taking away the milligram, because of the SI units, like I stated earlier. The 990 now divide by 500, the milligram will take away the milligram. Then the 990 divide by 500, that is the most important thing to take note of here. 990 divided by 500, we are going to, if you do, just make use of your calculator, you're going to see that we are going to be ending up with our unknown here being equal to 1.98 tablets, which is approximately 2 tablets. So we are going to be using 2 tablets for our preparation. I'm going to put it up here, somewhere here, so that we always have it as a reminder. 2 tablets. 2 tab is what we are going to be working with. All right. So with that, we have come to the first phase of the calculation. Like I stated earlier, is in 2 phases. So we're going to take off this phase. All right, guys. So we are going to the second phase of the calculation, which is to know the quantity of the whole preparation, or the quantity of the compounding agent you are going to use. That is the fluid, the liquid you are going to use. And it's very much important. Compatibility is very much important here. You don't just rush into choosing which diluent, which compounding agent, which liquid you're going to use. It's very much important you don't just check online for which is compatible with your preparation, but also ask your pharmacist to verify, to accurately tell you which fluid, which compounding agent is very much compatible. Because a lot of people are fond of, when it's preparation for pediatrics, they just rush into using vitamin C to compound. Why that might work for a lot of medication, there are some medication that might not really be compatible with. So with that being established, we go straight to our today's calculation. So here is our prescription, 90 milligram daily for 10 days. And remember earlier I told you we were preparing for 11 days to take care of all the wastages that will occur in the whole processes. So 90 multiplied by 11 days, we're giving us 990 milligram. We have done that earlier, just a quick reminder. Okay, and now, how many ml are we going to take to give us our 1 dose, which is 90 milligram? Mostly, I'm going to work with 5 ml, which I mostly use, because with 5 ml, now measuring out 5 ml is going to be very much easier than telling a mother to measure out 1 ml, 2 mil or 2.5 mil, as the case may be. And then this 5 mil will really fit into, since we are just doing for 11 days, really fit into our preparation well, so that it won't be too bulky. Just imagine now if I'm using something like 20 mil for 11 whole days. We are going to be having a lot of quantity of our preparation. So with this 5 mil for just 11 days, it's going to be very moderate, that our dispensing bottle can easily contain. So you can go with whichever is appropriate for you, depending on this on the prescription itself. But with this, I'm going with 5 mil. So I'm going to go with 5 mil of preparation to give us 90 milligram, which is to say that once we measure out 5 mil of our preparation, we are going to be having our 90 milligram, which is a single dose for our patient here. So now the total for the whole 11 days now is 990 milligram. So how many mil now can you tell me will give us this 990 milligram? So just real quick, get your calculator. Like we did earlier, we're going to cross multiply to get this. I'm going to put an arrow to guide you as always. So our unknown will multiply this 90 milligram. Our unknown will multiply this 90 milligram. That's our unknown multiplying 90 milligram. Will give us our 990 milligram will be multiplying 5 mil. Remember, I'm careful with SI units. If you're not, it's okay if you can just go straight without doing that. It's okay, but just to avoid mix-up, I always take notes and acknowledge the SI unit so that we don't have any confusion, or as the case may be. So 990, get your calculator. 990 milligram multiplied by 5 mil. If you multiply that out, you're going to be getting 4,950. If you do that correctly, 4,950. And remember the SI units. So all right. So like we did earlier, now we have this having our unknown. So to make our unknown stand out, we divide both sides by this 90 milligram. So 90 milligram, please take note of this, very careful here so that we don't have any mistake. 90 milligram is common, so we take that out for our unknown to stand alone. Then here we do the same thing by 90 milligram. Please, you get your calculator to do the multiplication for us. The SI unit milligram should take out this milligram. Then 4,950 divided by 90, we are going to be getting, remember our mil is still standing out. So we are going to be getting 55. If you divide this 4,950 by 90, we're going to be getting 55 mil. 55 mil. So this is what we are going to get as our final product. 55 mil will be what we are going to have in our dispensing bottle at the end of the whole preparation. So that comes to that. With that, we have come to the end of the whole calculation. Knowing fully well the two things we came here to calculate. The first being the number of tablets we'll be using, which is 2 tablets, and then the second being the 55 mil, which will be the total quantity of our preparation, 55 mil. So in part 2 of this compounding, this is what we are going to be making use of from our part 1. So looking forward to see you join me again in our part 2 of the compounding, as always on Healthy Meal 247. Thank you very much for joining me always. If you've not subscribed to our channel, join this healthy family and subscribe to the channel. Hit the subscribe button, like button, and share the video. Thank you very much. See you in part 2.